Good morning, I'm back, and we're continuing to take the chitlins out of the bag. As I said, it's a total of 20 pounds. I've never cooked Audie's. I like Quinella. I was introduced to that brand when I went to Detroit, Michigan, and but I haven't seen it. And my husband and I wanted chitlins for the holidays, so these were at Western Beef. I don't remember how much they were, but in any event, we have them. So far, I only have one person that I know likes chitlins or chitterlings, so they'll be included in the pot. So what I'm going to do is rinse them off. Let's give them a rinse off. A little bit of ice still in there. I'm not going to do any seasoning now. What I'm going to do, they're really good. Cleaned them very good. Very good. But what I'm going to do now is just rinse them off. And after I rinse them off, I'm going to boil them. And after I do a quick boil, well, not a quick boil, when it comes to a boil, I might have to break these down into another pot. See here? They're not pretty clean. They are clean. They said that they're double washed. I used to have a friend, and she used to tell me, Jackie, I like it with a little bit of the stuff left on, so I keep that on. It makes it taste better. I don't know what it is, but I know I love eating chitlins. My mother was a master in cooking chitlins. I remember she cooked a bathtub full of chitlins. Yes, and when you say bathtub, ew, nasty. How could you do that? You bathe in the bathtub. You put chitlins in there? Yes, you just make sure you clean it before you put the chitlins in. I'm gonna have to come out with my big one. That's the mama pots. How many of you have pots from your mother? I do. I don't have them all, but I do have most of them. What I'm doing is just going through them, rinsing them off, putting them into another pot. My hands are freezing because these are still cold. Look at them. These are going to be so good. So this is going to be a series of videos, because what I'm going to do, start these up, boil them. Once it comes to a boil, I'm going to pour the water off. I don't know if I'm going to do more than one pot, It depends. I'ma see. Look at that. Thank God for the pigs. Do you realize that there is nothing, I don't know, I've never eaten pig eye. I know snout. I remember as a little girl, they used to make hog head cheese. And I remember, I don't know whose house it was. Was it my house? Or, okay, I see a little something here. Okay, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. And there would be a big head of a pig. It's like, okay. I don't know if I ate the snout, because I think what they did is after they cooked the head, they broke all the meat off. But what I was getting ready to say, I don't remember there ever anybody that ate the eyes. I think that's the only thing we did never eat off of the pig was the eyes. Comment on the box in the comment section. You know anybody ever ate pig eyes? But I know we eat everything off of the pig. There is nothing that we don't eat off of it. And when I tell you, I am an avid eater of the pig. Okay, this is one pot here. I didn't get the big dogs out. I think I'm just gonna put it maybe 2 or 3 pots. That's what I'll do. I may incorporate them all because I have a big pot for my aunt. I usually use that when we make seafood. And I have this pot here. I'm here just bending down, getting pots. As I was saying that my aunt gave me a pot. It's a really big pot. I think it's like a stock pot. And I cook seafood in there when we have crabs and all of that. I like to cook it in there. And that is not under my kitchen sink. That is in my other area of where I keep pots. So, back to pig eating. It's amazing how when you hear the story of, I'm not going to just say African American people, because I do know of Hispanic people that eat chitterlings. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I have had it before. I can't think of the name. But it's amazing how there were ways for us to still eat what was considered the nasty part, the throwaway part, that it was designed, well, it was designed at that time, okay, you use with what you have. So on that note, I do see whereas you can't cry and say we don't have or you don't have. There's always a way to make a way out of no way, you know? And I thank God. Okay, now this is opening up. I'm seeing, I don't see any doo-doo. Thank you, Jesus. They are double wash. When they say they're double wash, they are double wash. Really nice. I like this. I'm going to go through these a little bit more before I put them in the pot to boil. Okay, I see some stuff now. That must have been pack number 2, because I did pack number 1 and I didn't see anything. Boy, any of you have a favorite knife? I do. And this one is not my favorite knife, but it's gonna have to do. Someone could see that there? That's the first that I'm seeing. But I didn't thoroughly investigate, so what I'm gonna do, take my time, and I'm gonna thoroughly investigate. Let me put this back in here. I'm gonna thoroughly investigate and put the investigated pork chitterlings in my pot. These are very clean. Oh, this Audie's, I guess that's how you say it. They did a good job. Boy, I wonder if there's a machine that cleaned them like this, or if someone actually took time out to clean them, because these are very clean. They're very clean. It might be a little bit more cleaner than my favorite brand, Quinella, which I don't know if it's because there's not in business, because of course you know how we do. New Year's, you have some pig, you have some, what is that, black-eyed peas, and you have some collard greens. Now I know the collard greens, that was for so you can have money. I know this is all tradition, okay, and it's just something that, and it is down the bottom line, it's just something that black folks, we always do, and we've always done it, and we probably will always do it. That the black-eyed peas, I don't know what that was for. Does anybody know what the black-eyed peas were for? Put it down in the comments. Hope the comments are open, because I saw that my comments were turned off. I have to read a little bit more to find out how to turn them on. But back to tradition of what we do as black folks, and I'm not being discriminative, but I'm a black woman, so I can only speak for what we've always done. And what we've always done was, I think around Christmas time, but definitely for New Year's, you had some type of pig. Chitlins. There's a Parks is good too. And you just, with the Parks, just season them up a little bit. And they're good too. But the whole reason by them, only thing I remember is the collard greens is because that's for money. Just if anybody knows what the pork was for, let me know. I have no idea, because it can't be for the poor pig, because there's no other meat. Okay, yes it is, chicken. Those are 2 animals that you should thank God for, that Noah put them in the ark. And he put 2 of them in there, because the chicken and the pig, oh my God. Poor chicken. How many of you eat chicken feet? Oh boy, it's so good. My aunt, God bless her. Big Annie. Big Annie could make some chicken foot soup. Now, when I see them in the store, somebody had said that chicken feet look like baby hands. So when I see them raw in the store, that's what comes to my mind. Like, oh my God, I can't possibly think of cooking chicken feet. But baby, I sure will eat them in a minute. In a minute, yes I will. Thank God for my neighbor. She is such a blessing. She's always, when she cooked, I'm telling you, I spoke earlier about giving. And when the pandemic first started, I don't know how she started giving us food, but she knocked on the door. I don't even remember what the first meal was she gave us. But my neighbor, she was giving us food so much that my husband said, look, because she would give it to us on Sunday. Sunday is a full day for us. So in order to make sure when we do get home that there's food, it's best to cook at night. But my neighbor was hooking us up. Oh my Lord Jesus, have mercy, was she hooking us up. So to the point, every Sunday she would hear us come in. She would make sure that we have food. My husband told me, look, you're being too lazy. You tell her, don't give us no food. It's like, okay. Because I do believe in listening to my husband. And some people are not going to like what I have to say, but I believe in being obedient to my husband. My husband will probably say, yeah, right. But I do. Because you know what? When I'm obedient to my husband, I'm doing it as unto God. You know? And God will bless you. I'm going to give you a little tidbit here for women. No, not to women. To married women. This is for married women and ladies in waiting for their rib. You know how there's many ways to be blessed in your marriage. But you know how you can be doubly, overly blessed is you're obedient to your husband. I ain't listening to him. I'm a woman. I do my own thing. Yeah. And you do your own thing. You don't listen to your husband. And you're not following how it is to be in your home. Is God first. After God is your husband. Your husband is the head of the house. If your husband says something, this is how we're going to do certain things. I'm not doing this. Yeah, okay. Okay. Now, some husbands, yeah, you don't follow them in things. But that's your fault, because before you married him, you should have realized that, did I wait on God for this man? Okay. This man a little cray-cray. I don't think I want to be in this marriage. But just pray. And pray before you get married. Ask God. The man that you shouldn't be looking at anything. The word says a man that findeth a wife, findeth a good thing. Okay? So, you shouldn't be going places, looking, okay? Talking to y'all church girls, you know? I will say, dress to impress, meaning looking like you know, a man would want to see you on his arm. Don't be fresh. Don't be fresh, because I tell you a little secret. Sex is not what will keep the marriage together. You know what keeps the marriage together? Communication. That's what keeps it together. Okay? If you think you're going to get married and boy, it's going to be hot time in the old K Corral, baby, it's not like that. It's not like that. And you'll find out when you get married that there's different levels to the marriage. I used to have a friend, oh my God, her and her husband, Mildred and Ben, they lived in Delray Beach, Florida. And she and Ben, they used to tell me little tidbits. And they said, Jack, we just meet each other. We walking down the hall in the house. I touch her elbow or something. And it's like, yeah, that was good. I said, y'all are crazy, but I understand it now. Everything don't lead to the bedroom. It's the before you get to the bedroom. It's to my husband and I love how we work together, how God put us together. We're in the kitchen working. He could be at the sink preparing something, or vice versa, and we work together. And that part there is just, it's a different level in the marriage. But getting back to, boy, I'm really glad that I love these. Are clean, but they still have a little bit of like little hairs and stuff. And see this? Yeah, take that out. So I'm gonna take my time and do this. My husband this morning says, well, my husband's name is Robert, okay? So I'm just go ahead and say it. So you better cook those chitlins in there. You know, I said, yes, I'm gonna cook them today, but I had to make sure that they were thawed, because I think I've had them in the refrigerator, I think since Friday. So that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So 4 days. It took them 4 days to thaw. And even today, when I took them out, there was still ice. So they needed to thaw. Just want to put this here. I don't like that coming up there like that. So I know my husband is going to, well, Rob is going to say, she finally got it. Look, I've always been like this, because as I told you in an earlier video, I didn't get married till I was 46. And I was used to being in my house doing what I wanted to do. So it didn't bother me that when I got ready to cook, that there was dishes in the sink. Then I married my husband, who I call Cleany Weenie. My husband will clean dirt, okay? And what's so amazing, he never met my mother. Rob has so many ways like my mother that sometimes it can get a little scary. And I look at him and I say, Mama, is you inside Rob? Things that he say, oh, Jesus, have mercy. I said, that's my mama, okay? But my mother was a very, very, just like Rob, My mother would wash every single day. My husband, every day, okay? Well, I won't say every day, but when we go out, whatever shirt he has worn that day, when he comes home, it goes into the sink and he hand washes it. I ain't got there yet. I ain't like that. I ain't like that. But I've gotten better in a lot of ways that I know that to make sure that there's no dishes in the sink before I cook when my husband's home. Because I'll start cooking with dishes in the sink. But I'll make sure before he comes home. Not that I am afraid of my husband, but I really don't want to hear his mouth, you know. And also, I don't know what's first, that I don't want to hear his mouth, or it's that I know that he doesn't like that, and he doesn't like clutter and all of that. God bless him, because he deals with me. Whew, Lord have mercy, Jesus. I take my hat off, because I know that I'm a bit much, because I got married so late. I had to be reprogrammed. Well, is it reprogrammed or deprogrammed? Because I was used to being a single woman. So there are things that I'm still a progressing and learning, but I think I have mastered most of what my husband likes in a wife. I know there's always room for improvement, because my Rob is a perfectionist. Yeah, he's a perfectionist. And God is good, because God gave me a heads up in knowing how it is living with a perfectionist from my mother. So this is something that I know about. I moved out of my mother's home when I was 21, and I was on my own, I think about no. Yeah, because I got real sick and I had to come back home. So I forget what age I left out and got my actual own apartment. I had an apartment before, 2 apartments before I'm at my present home. But I knew how it was to live in a home with a perfectionist. And I don't know which one is first, or they're neck and neck. I don't want to hear your mouth, or I know that this upsets you. So, in any event, as long as it's done, that's what's important. As long as it's done. So, these Audis looking good here. It's really not that bad. Well, when I say not that bad, you're not seeing a whole lot of stuff in there. Because even though these are intestines, I don't know why, like you see hair. I didn't know hair was inside. It's not like a whole clop of hair. It's like just a little bit of hair. Like you'll see one strand of hair. So I'm going to turn these off, because I'm going to really get up in there. And I've been on here almost 13 minutes. And being that I'm a woman of a certain age, I'm going to have to get a chair and finish these up. And I will continue the Chronicles of Chitterlings. So, everybody, see you in the next video. Wipe my hand off.